Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'll be discussing about what is convergent upgrade, how to perform convergent upgrade from 6.7 to 7.4. To start with, let me explain what is convergent upgrade through this diagram. So if you see, the source infrastructure is having the platform service controller and on a one photon mission, and your vCenter server service are running on different missions. So you can call it you are having your vCenter server on an external platform service controller. So that's what we are trying to say it here. So what happens when you converge? Your platform service controller comes inside your vCenter server. So it embeds inside your vCenter server appliance, right? So if you see on the right hand side for the vCenter server 7.2, you have the vCenter server and you have the platform service controller services. So that's why we are calling it vCenter server with an embedded platform service controller. Okay, so this is one of the major enhancements that has happened in 7.0 from the vSphere perspective. So for the vCenter server 7.0 supports only the vCenter server appliance with an embedded platform service controller. The deployment it supports only that it doesn't support the deployment of external PSC, and also from 7.0 you don't it doesn't support the vCenter server for Windows, so you cannot deploy your vCenter server on Windows. So only way you can do it is through appliance, which is a Photon OS. So let's discuss about what are the advantages of this feature. No extra VMs, so with this enhancement, you need not to have external platform service controller. So there is no extra VM for that. And let's say if you have a Windows VM, so you need not to pay extra license for that. So because we don't support VMware does not support the deployment of your VC on a Windows. So you're saving your license here. You need not to have a load balancer as you have it for your typical PSC load balancing, and you don't have to follow with this, right? So what happens is generally any converge will have separate tool and all, but with this which is integrated inside the upgrade framework itself, so you need not to follow any specific procedure for performing converge and upgrade. So with this I'll quickly move on to the my vCenter server, which is running on 6.7 with an external platform service controller, and I'll try to perform converge and upgrade through UI installer. Yeah, this is my vCenter server, and I have a plain data center and NS6 cluster, and added to it I have one ESXi host and couple of virtual machines in it. It's a basic inventory I have it, and I have a evaluation license. I assist into my management mission and try checking what is my um, lookup services and what is my platform service controller. So when I try to run this script vmfd-cli, which is the VMware's uh, part of the VMware OS, and when we try to see it, it gives you the URL. So it says that it is on different mission. My mission management IP is 201, and you see it says 200. And you can also find what is your node type, whether it is a management or it's an infrastructure or it's a PSC. So you can just run this command, check this file, it will have the management, it will have the node type. So here it's a management, so it shows you the management. So I'll quickly open the UI installer and start the upgrade. Click on the upgrade here, accept the EULA. These are the typical things. So here we need to provide your vCenter server IP, which that's a management IP, and click on the connect to source. Provide the SSO password and OS password, and provide the on which ESXi or on which vCenter server this VC is created. And click on the next. So when I clicked on the next, it has asked me for a certificate acceptance. After that, it shows me a dialog box. Converts to an embedded platform service controller service. It says a source vCenter server will be converge and upgrade it to a vCenter server with an embedded platform service controller. So this is what we are trying to do it. So by default, it detects that my 6.7 is having an external PSC and it is giving me an acceptance box saying that it will converge into embedded platform service control. So I'll go ahead and select the yes button here, and we should provide what is the ESXi host or the VC on which you want to deploy the new appliance, name of the mission, deployment size. I'll go with tiny, data store with thin disk mode, and here I'm gonna provide. We should provide the temporary IP which you wanted to assign it to for the newly deployed. Click on the next, and you can just review it. So before we start deploying overview deployment here. So UI is divided into two stages, stage one and stage two. Stage one is basically it deploys the OVF deployment and does some RPM installation, and stage two is of all the service starting export import. So we wait for the OVF deployment to be 100%. OVF deployment is successful now, and once I click on the continue, it goes to stage two. Say if you don't want to continue with the stage two right now, you can even do it later by accessing the URL that is shown on the pop-up screen. You see whether you can log into this and you can start stage two, but I'll go as of now it's stage two. Click on the next. Now it's just try to save them, run the pre-upgrade checks. So the pre-upgrade checks are successful, and the next screen is the configure replication. So here, if let's say you have a couple of management servers and one PSC, or is the first vCenter server that you are upgrading, then you should select this. But if it's the second management server that you're trying to upgrade, then you should select this and provide necessary partner details. Like let's say you have one PSC and two management nodes. Then let's say you're trying to upgrade your second management node, then you should select this the second option, the subsequent vCenter server, and provide the first vCenter server which was already upgraded to 7.0 here. But since mine, I'm go with first one. This is my first one, so I'll select the first option. Click on the next and select default configuration inventory. I'll go with the first option. Join CIP. Yeah, and we'll start with the upgrade. Yeah, so just to reiterate here, the only changes for the convergent upgrade that we see from the your perspective is one is you should specify what kind of when you specify your management IP, it clearly gives you a pop-up box saying it's gonna converge, and next one is raised to you see there is a new page where replication that you select is the first node, the second node. So the convergent upgrade has successfully completed, and the last it gives you a pop-up screen saying that it has successfully converged and your PSC is no more cannot be used anymore. So you can close it and you can go ahead. But before this, if you are sure that your entire management servers are upgraded, you can go ahead and power off the PSC and decommission the PSC using cmsso unregister utils. Probably you can refer it to the KB that I'm going to show you to you here.
So VMware has published a document how to decommission the platform service controller. You can quickly follow this document to decommission your PSC only after your successful upgrade of your management node. So I'll share this link in the video description. So thank you, and if you really like the video, probably you can subscribe it. It will be an encouragement to me. Thank you.